Hello, hello, welcome in. This is the third stream in our Satisfactory 1.1 playthrough. This is your host, Dadcraft Adventures. Thanks for coming along for the ride. And I'm so excited you're here. Thanks for hanging out with us. In our third stream, we've got some things on our to-do list here on the right-hand side. We are going to expand the power area and do some more Caterium mining and do some additional milestones and maybe even build the space elevator. So we'll see how far we get during the stream. And once again, thanks for coming along for the ride. So without further ado, let's get to it. Last time we ended off with creating this little space here, but it's really kind of messy and we want to clean this up. But before we get into cleaning this up, actually, yeah, let's just dive into cleaning this up and do this right away. We want to start off on the right foot and not worry about coming back to doing things later. So let's just build this the right way the first time, and we'll go from there. So as I'm thinking about it, I may want to move all of my power up a little bit. Get it out of the way, potentially. I think that might be a good idea. I thought I heard something. I really like some of the quality of life changes that they've made in 1.1. Not all of them are apparent, but there's just a lot of good ones. So what we want to do here, I want to create enough of a power source up top here so that when I disconnect the one down below, I can just transition to the one up top and I won't lose anything on the power grid. So right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's go ahead and build. Let's maybe double that for now. Maybe build 12. And we want to be strategic about how those are laid out. So let's see what this would look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's do the same thing on the other side. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if I were to run this across, that should fit. Yep. So we're good there. Let's make a splitter right in the middle. These are not aligned. Look at that slight difference. There we go. Now I am not quite, I don't have the blade runners yet, so I have to do this a little bit differently than I normally would. Just because I can't jump up on top of these without a little bit of a step. Oh no! Okay, there we go. And then the last one. Connect all of these. Excuse me, sir. No, that doesn't help. Thank you. There's the guy. Love that guy. Okay. All right. I really want Caterium. I really want Caterium. Because I need better power poles, so I don't have a million power poles. And I think I need Caterium for those. Yeah, 560 that way. I think I know which one that one is. Yep, that's what I thought. That's the pure one. That one's pure. All right. I don't want this one. I could do this one. So I like to go into the map and then add a little marker. And then on that marker, if you click on it and click highlight stamp, I guess it'd be a stamp, not a marker. And now it makes a little highlight there for me. And that's the direction that I go. So before I expand this out, I want better power poles. And in order to get those, I'm going to need some Caterium. I think I have enough inventory to be able to make the stuff I need to make. I might be short on plates, but we'll see. This parachute has been real nice. Gliding this way, super handy. Ah, yes. I forgot about that. I can't access that Caterium until I get explosives, which is a major bummer. So, I guess we go out to this other one. We will we'll pick up a hard drive out here as well, so not the worst thing. It's just kind of inconvenient to go all the way out here. We're not going to set up a whole establishment. We're just going to get some Caterium temporarily crafted just to get us the next level of power poles that we need. And that'll give us enough Caterium for having those power poles as we continue to expand our base. So that's the goal here, is to just get enough to continue to expand the base, and then we'll come back for that Caterium later for an automated process and all that jazz. So that's where we're heading. We're heading out that way. Here's the Caterium. We need a miner, so go to the equipment workshop, make a portable miner. And we're going to do this super simple. I have an idea. This isn't going to be enough, but it'll be enough to start. Okay. All right. We're going to dump in most of this, except for maybe 5. And let's create a smelter. I can't do that. I gotta put a power pole in here. This is this will be Caterium once we learn it. So this will fill up. We'll grab that here in a second. In the meantime, we're going to come over here. This is another reason why I love the ladder and the parachute. So I can ladder up if I need to. I'm going to do the parachute and glide along the wall. Try and do the vertical glide. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. We got to be real careful though, because that's a dangerous area. So let's not do that. Here's what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're just going to build a ladder, because I don't want to fall off the edge and die. That would be less than ideal, don't you think? Oh, I guess there's a little platform down there. I don't remember that being down there before. Okay, either way, what's in here? We need a modular frame. Damn it. Well, we don't have a modular frame yet. Are there any modular frames here? No modular frames on the ground that I can see. And it doesn't look like any came from that, so we won't get this hard drive. I genuinely don't remember that platform being down there. Maybe it was, but I don't remember it being there. Okay. Back to the Caterium. It should be full by now. Ooh, there's a purple power slug down there. I don't want it that badly because I don't want to build a ladder to get up. This should be done. Yep. There's 100 Caterium. We're going to go over here to the MAM now. Now we can smelt that.
Research completed. Caterium ingot recipe unlocked. New caterium research available.
And now we take this constructor. And we should be able to do caterium wire after enough of this smelts. How many do I need? I guess we'll find out. I need 50. Okay. Well, while that smelts, let's go do a little bit more exploration, get a few more resources, and then come back. What do we got here? Is this coal? Nice. Nice. I got a good amount of coal from this one. Wow, 76. Not bad. It's very wooded over here. There it is. I thought I heard it spitting at me. Okay, we're about ready to go back, but let's just see what else there is around here. Okay, we've got some more quartz, which we did need for some next level research. That was not very much quartz. That's a little disappointing. What is this? More quartz? Nice. Also a little disappointing, but still, at least we got some more quartz. This looks like some more sulfur. That's good enough for now. We'll head back. Is that more quartz? Yes, it is. Nice. Quartz nodes seem to be a little less plentiful with mining them manually. And more quartz. Very nice. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Gliding along the wall to get some height. It's pretty sweet. That looks like iron, maybe. I don't want that, I don't think. There's a Mercer sphere. But we're coming back here. Alright, we've got 69 of these. That's enough for researching quick wire.
Research completed. Quickwire recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
And I'm going to create my foundation shortcut. All right. We have quick wire being crafted. Is there anything else in the Caterium? This costs 100. Why is it locked though? I wonder. Maybe if I get 100 it will let me?
This is Sample Slug, now dubbed Power Slug. It is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, giving it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
They've updated some of the descriptions of these too, which I like.
Research completed. Silica recipe unlocked. New quartz research available.
Okay. I need 100, so I'm gonna see if it will let me do this or what. Well, that's 100, so let's see. Nice. There we go. That's what we wanted.
New Caterium research options available. Congratulations on finding this metal. Many Fix-It initiatives will benefit from Caterium's applicability in advanced engineering. Also, it is probably not sentient, and so unlikely to feel pain as we exploit it.
Okay, so while that's doing its thing, I want to go back to this. It's going to run out of fuel. So I want to make some more. I'm going to use a crafting table. Crafting bench. Turn this into quick wire with the main objective here of getting the second level of power poles, and then we'll just let it run until it runs out of biofuel. All right, no, I've got enough screws. We're going to make some biomass. And we're going to turn that into biofuel. It's a little bit of a slow process, but we're waiting for this Caterium to build up anyway. Let's check and see how much Caterium we have. 184, that puts us over 200. We're close. We're close. Ideally, we'll get to 200. Obviously, we have enough solid biofuel to get to 200, but I also don't want to spend the entire night here crafting. We will need Caterium, though, in our inventory. So even after we do this research here to learn the power poles, we're going to need some quick wire, rather, from Caterium in our inventory for when we create those power poles.
Power pole Mark II unlocked. This provides additional power connections compared to the power pole Mark I.
So we've accomplished our goal. Right now we're getting up to over 200 biofuel. And the reason for that is so that we can fill up our biomass burner. And then we can leave this run to create some quick wire while we're out and about. We're going to create a little more than 200 because we need some solid biofuel for our chainsaw. All right, there we go. Let's top this off. It now has 200. And we'll wait. Let's see. What does it take to get a Mark II pole? It's 6 each. So I want to wait until we get probably at least 300 maybe. I can always come back and grab more. Let's aim for 200. So I need about 70 more. I'll go grab a drink from the fridge. While it fills up just a little bit, we'll be right back, and then we'll leave this area and go back to what we were doing. All right, and we're back. All right, we're at about 300. That should be good for now. We're going to top off our solid biofuel and head out. We're good to go here. That should give us enough to create those Mark II power poles. I'm pretty sure this is iron. Yeah, I'm just not even gonna bother with it. So we can mark that off of our list. We did the Caterium for research. And we are in the middle of expanding the power. That is a medium-sized spitter, I'm pretty sure. It might be a small one. Yeah, it's a small one. Oops, wrong button. Just grab some more of this on the way. Okay, here we are. Now we want to create the Caterium power poles, the Mark II power poles, so that we can connect more items to them. So now we have 7 connections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that was 7. Just kidding, I miscounted. Okay, there we go. So now all of these should be connected. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, all of these are connected to power. Now we need to build our constructor with our leaves into our splitter, into our container, into our constructor to make the solid biofuel. So we'll take some of this out so that we have room to expand. I'm doing single because I thought there was a berry around here I didn't want to chop down. Yep, that guy. Okay, that should be good. And we'll expand this out just a little bit. That should be good. And now we will create the constructor. Number 1. Constructor number 2. Constructor number 3, constructor number 4. Now we'll leave it at number 3 for now. Okay. This one is going to create biomass from my, we'll do leaves on this side, wood in the middle, and mycelia on the far end. I think we're going to do it the other way. We're going to do this one as leaves. We'll do mycelia on this end. Okay. They will go into a merger. And this merger will go into another constructor. And this constructor will create solid biofuel. Which will then store the excess biofuel. And it's not lined up straight, and I'm okay with that for now. Famous last words, right? So let's create another Mark II power pole. To this constructor and these constructors. And this Mark II will connect to this Mark II. And now if we look at this, we've got only 16 megawatts of consumption, so that's actually not bad. The biomass, we can, I guess, pre-populate the biomass maybe. And now we need to connect it to the main grid. So I think what we're going to do is disconnect this one here, connect this here, disconnect this one here. And disconnect this one here. that one's got 7. That one's got 7. This one has 2. So let's put this power line at the edge here. Connect this to here. And this one I think was connecting to just this one. Yep. All right. Now we connect it to the main power. Which this should be okay. That's a Mark 1. And we'll turn this into a Mark 2. Now those are on the grid. We can tell those are on the grid because the consumption went up. I'm going to dismantle this mess. This will very likely shut my grid down for a second. It did not. I'm happy to say. But who knows how long that will last. Okay, for now, let's hurry up, get up to the top, and put the biofuel into. There's some more sulfur. We're going to want a faster way to get up there in the near future, but for now, it's good enough. All right, let's put the leaves in here, the wood in here. The biomass in here. And we'll come all the way down here and start filling this up with biofuel. Make sure we get our production up and not shut down our grid. Wood is good. I suppose what we could do here for the time being is another storage container that goes into each of these. With this one being the most likely to fill up with the leaves. Wood and mycelia probably won't need this, but the leaves definitely will, so At least now that'll be in a storage container. And we have expanded our power area and created an organized power area. Expanded our power and created an organized power area. So we've accomplished that for the day, or for the stream. Next, we need to work on those additional milestones. I can get rid of this highlight. It is a Mark II. It's a Mark 1. It's a Mark 1. Okay, it's fine. And what have we got here? 5 left. I was wondering. I don't know that it pulls from those first. I'm not entirely sure if it pulls from those last or first as power sources. I'm going to create some spitter protein, and here's why. Alien protein goes to here. I need one more. I've got some stored in here. Let's create all of these into protein. Quartz. Deposit the rest of this. We'll do the spitter protein again. Now we have the ability to make the DNA. And this will allow us to add 6 more inventory slots.
Can now be turned into biomass or alien DNA capsules. In addition to being used for research, the invaluable alien lifeform data in these capsules can be traded for fix-it coupons at the Awesome Sync. We guarantee the best capsule to coupon exchange rate anywhere on this planet.
All right, so let's get our next milestone going. Because we need modular frames. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just dump in there what we have right now. All right, so we're going to grab a bunch while we're out there. I know I'm going to need at least 1,000 additional cable. But we're going to grab a bunch of stuff while we're out there because we're going to be doing multiple milestones. And if you remember, we spent a lot of time on Caterium and out looking for hard drives. And you can see that some of this has reloaded with relative efficiency. And others of these are not quite as loaded. Ooh, that was a little messy. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000. Oh, we're out of space. Um, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000. We'll grab 400 more. And from a wire standpoint, there we go. Now we've got some wire as well. So we're going to head back now that we've got some wire and some cable. And these 6 extra spaces, as you can tell, will come in handy. It looks like our berries have respawned. I'll go ahead and loot those shortly. All right, part assembly complete.
Milestone reached. The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note: humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
Thanks, Fix-It. I appreciate your support. Okay. We could create the zip line. I don't know that we need it just yet. Let's look at what else we have potential access to. Yeah, power shards from the other slugs. Not really necessary right now. Okay, so let's go back to the alien megafauna. Start this research. Give us those 6 extra inventory slots.
Pocket dimension significantly expanded. I worked all afternoon, analyzing the transdimensional confibulatory permutations of alien DNA to achieve this. We are all doing our part for Fix-It.
Now we're going to need some alien DNA capsules. I think it's what, 5? Yep.
Research to develop the rebar gun is now available. When completed, you will be in possession of a tool effective against any local obstacles actively objecting to the Fix-It mission.
And now we can create the rebar gun, which is beautiful.
Rebar gun and iron rebar ammo unlocked. Your ingenuity towards preservation of Fix-It property has been noted. You earned a micro break. And welcome back. I hope you feel refreshed.
And now we're going to manually create some iron rebar. And we have a gun. Which is kind of funny because we have the gun before we have the Xeno Basher. Oh, the Basher's good too, but it's nice to have the rebar gun. All right, so we're going to put the rebar gun in that slot. There we go. And there we have it. Anything else we research here? Inflated pocket dimension, 6 inventory slots if we have 200 silica. I don't think we chainsawed enough. Well, we're close, but we didn't chainsaw enough. How much silica can we get from the quartz that we have? 40 plus. Oh, bro, that's actually wicked. We just have enough to do that. Okay. We're getting a lot done with our research. And with researching it now, we don't have to do it later, which is beautiful. So we'll take this out. Deposit these. That was in... What were we researching? Wasn't nutrients. Oh, it was quartz, that's right. We are going to need 50 for the Blade Runners, though. Oh, Blade Runners are more important. So, can we craft 10 modular frames manually? We can. Let's do that first. The Blade Runners are super important.
Blade Runners unlocked. Equipped to run faster, jump with greater force, and decrease fall damage that might otherwise have lowered your value to fix it.
All right, we got the Blade Runners. Beautiful. A lot of this before we even built a single assembler, just because we went out and did some scavenging. And not even a lot of scavenging either. Just like a little bit of scavenging. All right. Mark II logistics. We just need what, 14 more? We'll just go ahead and create those by hand since we're already here. And then we'll go out and start building some assemblers and get those going. How many more did I need? I don't remember. Here we go.
Milestone reached. Fix-It would like to remind you of your contractual obligation towards efficiency. Recreational use of belts and lifts does not count towards work hours and will put you on the list. Stay efficient. Don't disappoint Fix-It.
Ooh, it's going to put me on the list. I don't want to be on the list. All right, space elevator requires... Well, let's just do it this way. Space elevator. We're going to add it to queue. We've got enough of the iron plates. We need some more iron rods. We've got enough of actually most of it. So there it is. We can now create the space elevator. It's going to run us out. Oh my gosh, look how much higher I jump. Oh, I love these. Gosh, I love the Blade Runners. I forgot how good they were. I mean, they're good. I knew they were good, but holy cow, we could just feel the difference. Man. Gosh, this is good. Okay. They feel so fast. All right, we are going to We're going to get rid of this area up here because this area is where our space elevator is going to go. Or is it? Yeah, I think it is. This is where I normally build a space elevator. I actually do like it up here. So we're going to clear the area a bit. Okay. We should be good for the space elevator here. I might have to clear a little bit more. Okay, space elevator, here we come. I'm gonna lock it in place. See if it's clipping anything. There it is. The space elevator. Oh, I don't like how it's off the ground in a couple of these places. We're gonna redo it after all that hard work. So let's get rid of this foliage here. Okay, maybe we'll build the space elevator a little bit further down, like in this prairie area. Let's lock the hologram in place and see what it looks like. Nope, we're going to have the same problem. So, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do instead. We're going to build a foundation and put it on the foundation. And then it will be level. Okay. Now we'll just put the space elevator on this. There we go. Did I miss on the backside? Son of a gun, I missed on the backside. But it kind of works out. It put a little brace down there. I don't know. I don't hate it. I kind of like it. Adds a little bit of flavor to it, I guess. So sure, why not? And let's watch it connect. There it is. We now have the space elevator.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
You know, that's not dire or grim or anything. Okay. We pre-built this over here on purpose because we knew we were going to be making an assembler. Let's get this squared off. And this assembler is going to make the reinforced iron plates. Now, let's go ahead and upgrade some of these power poles for obvious reasons. Actually, I don't want to use the Caterium, so for now we'll be okay. This one is now creating reinforced iron plates. We are missing iron rods. Let's go stock up on some iron rods. Oh, storage container. And this is where the reinforced iron plates will go. Okay, now we need another assembler to make modular frames or rotors. Let's do modular frames. Nope, let's do rotors. The good news is that we've learned cast screws. The bad news is we're still wasting some of this iron by not making it straight into screws. So we're going to change this up and stop making iron rods here and just make cast screws. And that's going to make 50 per minute. We can get rid of this step here for the iron rods. And these screws now will just go straight from this into here. And we were able to skip a step as a result. Now that uses 12.5 per minute, which means we need to split this into 2 sections. And this will make cast screws as well. And then we'll merge back here. There we go. And now we should, this is 12.5. That puts us at 25 per minute of iron. If we look at both of these, and you know, this is 30, so it's not exactly 100%, but it's pretty close. So now we will have many more screws being produced. So we've got plates and screws over here. We've got plates and rods over here, which are then being made into screws. So I think we can skip I actually have an idea. And I don't know if it's a good one or not. We're going to select this as cast screws, and we will select this as cast screws. We will merge these here. Okay, now these screws will go into here, which right now has a lot. And we need 60 screws a minute. How many is this making? This is making 100 a minute, so I will have excess screws from this group here. All right. So I have 100 a minute there, 100 a minute here. I need to make another assembler because we're going to make some rotors. But let's try this again. But in order to do that, we need more iron bars, I think. So for the rotors, lots of screws, which we are producing, but we need lots of iron rods. So those iron rods were being produced over here, I think. Yeah. These are both iron rod production, I think. Iron rod and iron rod. This is 15 a minute input, 15 a minute input. I think I can quadruple this then. This is 30, yep. So I can quadruple the iron rods. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Excuse me, sir. All right. Where was that connecting? I should have paid attention to, well, I guess it doesn't matter to a degree because we're changing the power lines anyway. Okay, so this is producing iron rods. We're going to copy these settings and paste them, and paste them. This has no power. There we go. So this is getting 30 a minute. We need a splitter. This might be too close together. I was afraid of that. Okay, now we should be at 100% capacity for making rods. This one needs to be split in here, I think. Because this is making 30, and these are each only producing 15 a minute. Okay. So, 1 into 2, 1 into 2, and all of these rods these are all getting merged into this, which then goes into a giant iron rod container. Which we will populate with a bunch that's from our inventory. All right, now we got a bunch of iron rods being made. And now we can connect them into this assembler. These iron rods will come in with these screws to make rotors. Gotta build it around that rock, man. All right. Rotors will be here. Reinforced iron plates will be there. The only thing I'm missing now are modular frames. And those are made through iron plates and rods. So we will likely have an excess of rods. We'll split these rods off. And we'll take these iron plates into another assembler. Nice. Just missed the rock. Love it. Love to see it. And modular frames. All right, we are set. I mean, relatively speaking, we're set. We now have modular frames being produced. This is needing 3 per minute. How many does this produce? 5 per minute. So that will eventually give us a backlog, which is what we want. It'll be slow, but it'll give us a backlog. The number of iron rods per minute, it needs 12. And this one needs 20. So that's 32. I'm almost certain we're producing more than 32, which is what we want. Yeah, 15, 30, 45, 60. Yeah, almost double that. So we will get, eventually, a surplus of iron rods in here, which it looks like we're already... these still have to fill up, but the surplus of iron rods will go in here. The surplus of reinforced iron plates will go in here eventually. And we've got a nice little setup here. So what is this one? I'm just going to make an assembler here just to look. The smart plating needs rotors and reinforced iron plates. Okay. That won't be too hard to set up once these begin to get populated, because our reinforced iron plates are right here, coming from here. And our rotors are going to be here. So we'll be able to create something right in here for smart plating. Theoretically, we could do that right now. Let's take this one into this side. Oh no, that's a splitter, not a merger. Oh, that's why. I'm missing an iron plate. Okay. I was so confused. That makes more sense. Okay. So now these will split. I won't get a backlog of these anytime soon, but I now have smart plating being created. I only need 50, so I'm not going to build a storage container on the back end because we only need 50 of them. So we are ready to complete phase 1. Let's look at the milestones. First of all, let's get rid of some of this stuff from our inventory. Leaves go in here. Wood goes in here. Mycelia goes in here, which we don't have any of. Why is this red? I don't think it is. It's just yellow because we don't have any mycelia. Okay. That produces into here, which produces the biofuel. This one's red. No fuel. Well, now you have a little bit. It appears I need to be restocking my fuel more frequently. Now that I've doubled my energy capacity, I suppose. Let's check the consumption. Yeah, we've got plenty. So, milestones are well along their way. I've completed most of them. We're going to go farm for some mycelia. Let's empty the inventory and go farm for the mycelia. Empty the inventory, relatively speaking. We can get rid of this iron ore, these iron ingots. We've got enough power now. We could. Let's just dump off all this excess iron ingot. And 14 screws, because why not? That'll give us some more tickets running. And we have the energy to be able to spare for that consumption. It looks like it's just a slight uptick. Empty out the inventory. How are we looking? I think we're in good shape, relatively speaking. Okay, good enough for now. We are going to go get some mycelia from that cave. We're going to need some more solid biomass before we do that. Solid biofuel. All right. We're not going to go through for a massive mycelia farm. I'm not going to go out yonder like I could do. For now, I'm just going to go to this cave up here and do some initial mycelia farming. The cave is under here. I think that's the entrance. Yep. I missed twice. Almost at point blank range. There we go. Alright, into the cave we go. There we go. I can get mycelia by kind of doing a little AoE farm on almost what looks like coral. Specifically, doesn't like it. There we go. I thought I could do these. Guess not. I know I can do the big ones though. And the beauty about all this mycelia farming is that it will make solid biofuel at a much higher rate than the rest. It is particular, but it'll let you do it if you hit the right area. It's almost like I have to aim below it. But it's not letting me do this one at all. Okay, got most of the mycelia from in that cave. Some more raw quartz to mine. Alright, let's just grab some more stuff on the way back. And it is about time to call it. But before we do, let's get this biomass squared away. Almost looked like a little mini cave there. All right. Good for now. Because now what we want to do we want to chop around these little berry bushes and not include them. That's why I'm doing single mode. There we go. Now we put all the leaves in here. Put all the wood in here. And then the mycelia in the very last one. Now, I don't want to put all the mycelia in the last one because I want to be able to make fabric and such, but you can see 270. One mycelia makes 10 biomass. So 20 mycelia makes the 200 biomass. So this will help us a lot. I'm going to do something. I'm going to upgrade this conveyor belt to Mark II. That'll feed this faster because it needs 120 a minute. And it should get these unstuck a little bit faster too. Nice. Excuse me. All right. That should help fill up these a little bit faster. This one looks like it's already full. Yep. Same with this one. So these will be the next to fill. which is almost happening. Followed by these, which have not even begun. So these will be the next to fill, and so on and so forth until we get to the very end. But at least they're running. So we should go back out for some mycelia farming. And maybe some quartz farming and some other things. But there we are. That's going to be it for today's stream. Thanks for coming along. And appreciate you being here.